watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. We start right now with a live look at the National Cathedral on this Friday Eve. Rain is moving into our area.
Yeah, let's head over now to meteorologist Damon Matson with the first look at our forecast. And Damon, are there concerns about rain later this evening?
No, we still have some rain out there. It's just in select parts of the DMV. It's scattered about. Some people are seeing that heavier rainfall. Others are staying totally dry. Now, the highest concentration of activity at this point is south of the district across some of our southern counties in Virginia and far southern Maryland. Now, there are still a couple of showers bubbling up here and there as you go northward toward Hagerstown, even out toward the eastern panhandle, north central Maryland. But again, the heaviest downpours are concentrated down across Charles and Calvert counties over toward Barstow, again in Calvert County. And then we have some lightning and thunder associated with this heavier rainfall near La Plata. So just a heads up here, we are dealing with some of that activity. It's just going to make for a rather soggy commute out there if you're going to be hitting the roadways. And then that heavier rain stretches back to the west into the Fredericksburg area, right south of Stafford County, and then this also goes all the way back toward Orange County. And this is all just some very heavy but quick moving rainfall. We're not seeing any severe thunderstorm warnings or, again, barely any lightning and thunder, if that. So it's all about just this heavier rain that we'll have to contend with. There could still be some very isolated pockets of flooding for those that see repetitive rounds of heavy rain, but at this point, the chance of that is decreasing with each passing hour. And as we go later into the night, the storms that are present will be over with. We'll have a few isolated showers, and then by midnight, it's starting to dry out, and it looks like we're going to have a fantastic end to the week. We'll talk about how beautiful conditions will be on Friday and possibly for the upcoming weekend, coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. A high-stakes White House meeting between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Biden wrapped up a short time ago. The two leaders met in the Oval Office of the White House.
Netanyahu's visit comes at a time when pressure is now mounting for Israel and the U.S. to find an endgame to the 9-month war that's left more than 39,000 people dead in Gaza and some 1,200 dead in Israel.
White House officials say that Biden used the meeting to reiterate his calls for Israel and Hamas to strike a ceasefire deal, and that would bring home remaining hostages. Now, the White House says the negotiations are in the closing stages, but there are issues that still need to be resolved.
Yeah, more protests popped up at the White House today ahead of that meeting. The protesters chanting "Arrest Netanyahu" and brought a life-size figure of the prime minister there with blood on its hands in an orange jumpsuit, while a small number of counter-protesters wore Israeli flags around their shoulders.
Everyone knows the war crimes. Everyone has seen them. The images are coming out every day from Gaza and all of Palestine, and I'm absolutely disgusted that he's here.
Union supporters vandalized monuments during yesterday's mass protest outside of Union Station. Cleanup crews have since been making progress.
DC News Now's Randy Bass was on the ground during those protests. She's joining us live from Northeast once again.
And Randy, the cleanup effort comes amid calls from Washingtonians really for a more peaceful approach to protests.
Yes, Columbus Circle today looking very different than it did this time yesterday. Monument restoration crews with the National Park Service were here throughout the day today trying to clean up the graffiti and the mess left behind. You can still see some markings and paint left behind, and hopefully those will be taken care of in the next couple of days. But Washingtonians we stopped to talk to today say this wasn't right. Today, Washingtonians stopping by to get a look at what was left behind by protesters.
It breaks my heart as someone who lives here and loves how beautiful our city is that we need to respect it.
Protests that started out peaceful turning violent here near Union Station. Protesters clashing with officers, burning American flags, and spray painting monuments.
I think everyone has a right to protest and should protest when they think something's wrong, but this is not the way to do it.
Law enforcement agencies across the district reporting about 24 arrests of protesters yesterday, Vice President Kamala Harris putting out a statement today, calling those protesters unpatriotic, saying in part, "Pro-Hamas graffiti and rhetoric is abhorrent and we must not tolerate it in our nation. I condemn the burning of the American flag. That flag is a symbol of our highest ideals as a nation and represents the promise of America. It should never be desecrated in that way." Others who came by to see the cleanup say what happened is a reminder of the country's current climate.
I believe that we truly need to come together as a nation, regardless of what religion, and come together for humanity's, sake, and stop this hate.
We also heard from the U.S. Park Police Officers Union today. They say they could have used a lot more help on the ground here yesterday. Only about 29 of them were here trying to control the large crowd of thousands in Columbus Circle. Other law enforcement agencies were stationed nearby. We've also confirmed today with the U.S. House Oversight Committee, they have requested a briefing from U.S. Park Police to learn more about what happened here. Again, the National Park Service says cleanup efforts are expected to be finished by Saturday afternoon. Live in Columbus Circle, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thanks so much. And the White House again condemning the burning of the flag outside Union Station, calling it disgraceful today.
Developing at 4, police identified the man killed in a triple shooting in Northwest Shaw neighborhood.
Yeah, the shooting happened just before 9:30 last night in the 600 block of O Street. Police say that's where they found 3 men shot. 34-year-old D'Angelo Jones died at the hospital. 2 others were hurt. They're expected to be okay. No word on any suspects at this time. And D.C. police also investigating another overnight shooting in the Parkland area. That's in Southeast. A man died after being shot multiple times on 1st Street near Mississippi Avenue. No suspect information was provided there either.
A history-making speech on Capitol Hill earlier today. Virginia Congresswoman Jennifer Wexton delivered a speech using an AI version of her voice, a first on the House floor. Now, Wexton was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder last year called supranuclear palsy, robbing her of the ability to speak. But she was able to clone her voice with artificial intelligence using recordings from past speeches and appearances. Her speech today commemorated Disability Pride Month and the Americans with Disability Act, which turns 34 tomorrow.
I hope I can be a voice, even an AI voice, for Americans facing accessibility challenges and other disabilities, because too often people only see us for that disability, and in truth, we are so much more.
Wexton uses an AI program on her iPad to create her speeches. She says that she used to hate the sound of her voice, but now it's music to her ears.
Well, back in the district, D.C. leaders are celebrating the reopening of the Douglas Street Bridge pedestrian bridge in Ward 7 there. Community members say the $17 million project helps them to feel more connected.
Bridge that connects Eastland Gardens and Kenilworth across the highway into Deanwood gives us access to the metro station.
The bridge is expected to serve thousands of people annually.
Well, listen up. If you live in Montgomery County, Park Services are urging caution near Lake Needwood and Lake Frank because of high levels of blue-green algae. And here's what you need to know. Now, keep dogs on the leash and do not allow them to drink or be in contact with the water. If your pet has been in contact with lake water or algae, rinse their fur with clean water. And make sure to wash hands thoroughly before eating, drinking if you come in contact with the water. Water samples are being tested by the Maryland Department of Environment. Boating and fishing remain open.
Also in Maryland, Montgomery County students who love playing pickleball. You will love this. Starting this fall, the popular sport is being offered at the varsity level at every MCPS high school. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree covers Montgomery County for us. He says the excitement is building for players and pros.
Last fall, MCPS became the first school district in the nation to pilot pickleball as a fall corollary sport at 11 high schools. Now they're expanding the sport to all 25 high schools. That's the sound of the sport that's taken over the country. And this fall, pickleball will be played at the varsity level in all Montgomery County public high schools.
Pickleball for all. Pickleball for All. It is an extremely inclusive sport that spans all ages, all demographics.
The sport is expanding across the district thanks to a partnership with DC's Major League Pickleball team and Yola, the largest pickleball equipment company in the world, which is owned by an MCPS alum.
Look at what's happening today. Varsity High School pickleball. First ever in the world. Just absolutely incredible.
Alex Gomez Ordonez played varsity pickleball last fall.
It's actually special in my heart because, you know, to actually represent Blair, I love Blair a lot, representing Blair in pickleball, doing my best to help win their games and all that stuff.
And he's excited for the additional schools he'll face this season.
More competition means more wins. I get to wreck the other schools and keep Blair alive.
Coaches say pickleball is more than just a sport for students. It's a way to bring them out of their shell.
A little shy with even playing the game because it was their first time, but as they got better, you know, it was exciting for them.
The lessons they learned from being part of a team and cheering their teammates on, it's all really great to see.
MCPS officials say one of the main goals for adding pickleball is to encourage more students to get involved in varsity sports. Reporting in Potomac, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
All right, well, I'm still trying to get you to play with me.
Oh, that's not going to happen. All of my friends that are playing, all of my friends in my age group that are playing, they're getting injured.
Oh,
but
no.
For students, it gives more an opportunity to participate in varsity sports, and that's really what it's all about.
Awesome. I can't wait to check it out one of these days.